Hi, and welcome back to my channel. Today you are joining me back on board Balmoral, which is one of the cruise ships in the Fred Olsen Cruise Line's fleet. If you've followed me for a while, you will know that I've spent a fair bit of time on this cruise ship over the last couple of months, and that means that I've been able to show you so many different types of cabin on board. Today, I am showing you around the cabin that I've called home for the last 9 nights while I've been cruising all around the Mediterranean. Now, this cabin is very different to any that I've shown you until now. The eagle-eyed among you may have already spotted why. And that is that I have 2 beds that pull down from the wall. So this cabin that I'm going to show you around today can actually accommodate up to 4 passengers. I'd love to hear from you down in the comments what you think of this cabin. Could you cruise in here, or would you rather cruise in a different type of cabin? Before we head outside to get started on this tour, if you do enjoy this video and if you find it useful, it would be great if you would think about supporting my channel by clicking both the thumbs up and the subscribe buttons. Now let's get started looking at what is a very different cabin on board Balmoral. The specific cabin that I'm going to be showing you around today is a D-grade ocean view cabin, and you'll find this one towards the front of the ship. You can see the forward stairwell there, and here's the room. You can also see there's a gangway directly beside this room too. Let's now head inside and take a look at what is a very different room to the rest of the cabins that I've shown you on board this ship so far. You can see that the beds in here are set up as a twin format, and you've got the 2 Pullman beds, one on either side of the room. When these pulled down, you would then essentially walk into the room to what would look like bunk beds. This room can accommodate up to 4 passengers, and in this tour, I'm going to show you every single detail of this room, including all of the main cabin bedroom area and also the bathroom. Let's start by turning back around to look at the bed section. We've mentioned that the beds are currently set up as a twin, and you've got some storage directly underneath. If we now look up to the beds on either side, you can see that they pull down very easily using the handle. If you do book this room for 4 occupants, then your cabin steward will be more than happy to help with putting them down every evening and putting them back up during the day to give you plenty of space to move around. Over here, between the beds, is where you'll find your storage table with a fixed lamp on top. You'll also find the cabin phone here, which you can use to call around the ship or call ashore for an additional charge. You've got some storage directly underneath, and then on the top, you've got the feature that I've shown you from so many other rooms that I love. Here, you can control things like the cabin lighting and also music channels that can pipe into your room. That, to me, is such a nod to the age and the history of this ship, because you just don't see things like that on the modern ships nowadays. You've then got a large picture window directly above the lamp, which I'll show you again at the end of the tour. Over here, you have some art on the wall, and you've also got a television on a swivel bracket, making it really easy to watch that TV if you're lying in bed, because you would just pull it out from the wall. On the far end of the cabin, you'll find your vanity unit and your desk or your workstation. You've got 2 bright lights, one on either side. You've got your chair in the centre of the unit and some storage on the right hand side. The storage over here is all drawers, and they all are pretty fixed, so don't worry about them sliding about during the night. In this drawer, you've got your hairdryer, and you've also got a Bible. On top of the desk, you'll find all of the usual literature that you would expect when you board a Fred Olsen Cruise Line's ship. And on the left-hand side, you've got your refrigerator. This should be empty at the point of you boarding the ship, so perfect for storing things like bottled water or whatever you'd like to have available throughout your cruise. You've got some US and also European plug points, so remember, if you're cruising from the UK, remember to bring your international adapter, which you can buy from places like Amazon. There's a link in the comments to my Amazon store, and over there you can get loads of things like international adapters to make your cruise experience so much simpler. Over on the right hand side is where you'll find 2 hooks that are fixed to the wall, and these are ideal for storing things like jackets, hats, scarves, maybe a lanyard with your cruise card on it. And this is also where you can control the air conditioning. It's really simple to use. All you have to do is slide the dial to the left or to the right to make the room warmer or cooler. Heading now towards the main entrance of the cabin, you've got 2 double wardrobes on the right hand side. Inside this first one, you've got some hanging space, you've got some drawers at the bottom and an open area on the right hand side. You've also got your safe in there. That's totally free to use. You just set that up when you get into the cabin by inputting your 4-digit code. On the left hand side, you've got more hanging space. You've also got your life jackets in here, and you've also got your hospitality tray. So if, like me, you enjoy a morning coffee before you head out around the ship, then don't worry, every single cabin on Balmoral affords you the luxury of doing that, which I really, really like. You've got all of your official emergency instructions on the back of the door, and this here is your please make up my cabin or your please do not disturb sign. It's always good practice to put that outside when you're in the cabin so that you don't get disturbed. Over here, you've got your key card holder that will activate or deactivate your electricity when you're in or out of the room, and through here, you'll find the cabin bathroom. This bathroom, to me, did feel like a semi-refurbed bathroom. It wasn't as old as some of the others I've seen on board Balmoral, but it certainly hasn't been very recently refurbished like one of the others that I've shown you before. I did think that unit on the right may have opened, but that is just a mirrored door. You've got some storage on the left. You've got a really large sink, actually, considering this is on a cruise ship. That got a thumbs up from me. This bathroom is fairly typical to any bathroom that I've shown you on board Balmoral. You've got your toilet on the right hand side with plenty of open storage directly above. You'll notice that that storage has guardrails which will prevent anything you put there moving around in rough seas. You've also got a hairdryer here, but don't worry, there's a much more modern one back out in the cabin that we looked at earlier. On the left hand side, you've got a bathtub. A bathtub is pretty rare in this grade of cabin, especially on the newer ships. And up here, you've got a shower that hangs over that bath. The bathroom door is also operated with a magnet system, meaning that you can have that door fixed open when you're moving around the cabin. So that's it. That's a look around my 4-berth outside cabin here on board Balmoral. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, then I have got so many more to show you. Over here on my Fred Olsen Cruise Lines playlist, you will find so many cabin tours, ship tours, cruise reviews, and so much more. Both on there right now and also coming soon. Wherever you are in the world, thank you so much for watching, and I'll hopefully see you in another video.